Okay, so we're jumping right into a pretty interesting piece of tech today, the Polar Loop 2025. And it's interesting because it's less about, packing in more features and more about taking things away. It's this fitness band promising freedom from fees and zero screen distractions. Pretty counterintuitive for 2025.
Exactly. It's a statement piece, almost.
So our mission here is to figure out, based on the sources, if this is Polar sort of leading a charge against tech burnout, or if ditching the screen and the subscription is just, well, a downgrade that doesn't quite work.
Right. And what really makes it stand out, the core idea, is that anti-complexity thing. It's built for people who are just tired of the constant data, the notifications on their wrist, no subscription, purely silent tracking in the background. So if you're listening and you're thinking, yes, get rid of the fees, get rid of the screen, then this deep dive into what people are saying is definitely for you.
Okay, but let's get into the friction points. The sources do say the physical design feels, premium. It's all about being easy to wear, super light, looks good, swappable bands. But, and this is the big but the sources hit on, if there's no screen, does that premium feel even matter day to day? You're giving up seeing your stats instantly.
It's a fundamental trade-off. You get that clean look, that lack of distraction, but you lose the immediate feedback. And what it does track, it tracks quietly. We're talking heart rate, sleep stages, recovery metrics, general activity, and the battery life helps there.
How long are we talking?
The sources say about 8 days, which, it's pretty good. It means you can genuinely wear it almost constantly.
8 days, though. Is that really, top tier for something with no screen? I feel like some competitors in that minimalist space push longer, maybe 2 weeks even.
That's a fair point. 8 days isn't record-breaking, perhaps, but it supports that continuous tracking model. It needs to be on you consistently for the recovery scores to be accurate. And that data, it doesn't just vanish. It all goes to the Polar Flow app. That's the other side of the coin.
Right, the app. So the band is simple, but you still need your phone to see anything.
Exactly. And the Polar Flow app, well, it's known for having pretty powerful analytics, especially for training load and recovery, stuff that serious athletes actually pay attention to.
The sources were not kind about the look and feel of that app.
No, they weren't. The phrase that stuck out was, "It looks straight out of 2017.
Oof. Okay, so powerful engine, but the dashboard is vintage.
Pretty much. And because the band itself shows you nothing, that app experience is critical. It's your only window. Reviewers pointed out that it's not just about aesthetics. A dated interface can actually be confusing, especially if you're new to Polar and just trying to find basic info. Kind of undermines the whole simplicity goal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And that simplicity focus also seems to hit a wall with exercise tracking itself. Obvious downside first. No stats on your wrist while you're working out, period. And then the automatic workout detection was described by one source as more wishful thinking than reality.
Yeah, that's a consequence of the design. No buttons to start or stop an activity, no screen to confirm, probably no dedicated GPS on board. So it's relying purely on algorithms interpreting motion and heart rate. And that's where it apparently struggles sometimes telling the difference between, say, weightlifting and vigorous gardening, or maybe cycling versus just a really brisk walk. It needs clear signals.
Okay, so let's boil this down. For you, the listener, what's the takeaway?
Well, the consensus seems to be the Loop 2025 is a winner. If you specifically want that hands-off background tracking, especially for sleep and recovery, and if you genuinely hate, really hate, subscriptions and screen noise.
The Aura Ring, maybe Whoop, but from Polar with their specific algorithms.
Sort of in that ballpark, yeah. But if you get that smartwatch FOMO, fear of missing out on notifications or features.
Or if you actually need to see your pace, your heart rate zone, whatever, while you're exercising.
Then, yeah, the sources strongly suggest you should probably look elsewhere. This thing requires patience. You check your results later on the phone in that possibly clunky app.
Right. It demands a certain kind of user.
Yeah.
Which leads us to our final thought to leave you with.
Yeah, think about this. We've got these two paths emerging. On one hand, super high-tech wearables, often with high upfront costs and ongoing subscriptions, giving you tons of data instantly. On the other hand, devices like this Loop 2025, lower cost, maybe, definitely no subscription, minimal distraction, but you sacrifice that immediate feedback.
So the question is, which approach do you think is actually more sustainable for sticking with health monitoring long term? Something to consider.